sale.
Okay.
And then,
Like 10 feet apart or something, or?
more than 6 foot apart.
Okay, so
I don't know, I still continue to feel like we're jumping time. I feel like we should model it. so
Actually,
people-
the meeting is no longer online.
Yeah, we lost internet for a second. I put it back on.
we're up now.
I just feel like we're jumping the gun and that we should do some study, like let's model it. And I hate to start putting cheap things downtown.
It's gonna be cheap, it is, and that's why we're modeling it.
Let's see if it looks good. Well, I'm trialing it, I get it.
Yeah, it is gonna be cheap. I mean, obviously, the more expensive sales are better material.
Well, I know, we're not putting cheap picnic tables downtown to try
Right.
them though, so I don't know, wouldn't it?
Right, well, I think even though we're buying these picnic tables to help social distancing and provide shaded seating, we were short on tables anyway. So even though we're getting that, it's a good thing. I mean, it was pretty obvious when the survey taken. My only concern with the sales is that it's gonna be kind of cheap.
I think that's a concern.
That is a
I
concern.
suggest that maybe we put the tables down this summer and call it a day.
I agree with that.
I would agree.
I think we still can try like doing 3D visual models. I think that'd be, and I think that would
I
just be
would-
really fun for Lucy to do and maybe
Oh,
nobody
I
else
think
to pay for it.
that'd be good. It's something that would enhance the,
Can you work for
for the planning and zoning committee.
Like I talked to Mike and the harbor master and he seemed to think that trees might be the classiest nice.
The trouble with that is that it is used for a big gathering space with the tents.
So you'd have to place them strategically, like in the same way, you know, on the map here.
We
You know,
can't
maybe
do,
you
we
put it
can't
with
do
the harbor
anything with
master.
trees until we get the harbor master
But
rebuilt.
what if we had the superimposed, like I have a map, another thing that I did know that was just such great news to me. I hadn't really looked closely at the harbor master plan. So the building's really cool. I think that's what I was focusing
The
on.
new building or the old?
The harbor master new building, yeah. So, they have a red line where the site plan is gonna be. And I'm like, oh my God, they're taking up part of this building, but they're taking out the pier parking. So we're not losing any space. So I think you could take like a dash line, nothing goes that side. You know,
But that's something that's gonna need to go to the
Well,
planning.
I know, but I think
I
we could
don't-
model it just so we have, just so we're starting to make a little bit of
I
direction.
don't think, I mean, obviously, long-range plans, we do need more trees, natural shade.
We do.
But we're not gonna be able to get shades to help out social distancing and the fact that some of our businesses had to reduce some of their seating. And in order to even get those trees to provide shade, they'd have to be large
That's what I'm
trees.
talking about,
But that,
so big.
there's no way we can make that happen this summer.
No.
Plus, we don't want to invest in trees when we don't know how far off that plan is. You know, that plan could be, 8
But
years now.
There's whole big parts of the plan though that have, or the part that have nothing to do with the plan. So anyways, so maybe no trees. One other idea I had is, but maybe if we're not trialing the sale, is we could trial a couple of umbrellas.
Well, the only thing I want to step back from that on is council twice talked about this and they twice decided to go with the sales. So at the first council meeting, they said no to umbrellas. So if the DDA wants to go that direction, you can propose something, but Denny's instructions for me from council were to work on the shade sales.
But I feel like also council, as they get more information, they shift their opinion, like they wanted to do the fireworks, now they're not doing it. Like, there was gonna be no discussion about streets, but now more information's coming out, so maybe they just need to have all the information.
I'm not sure that this is our decision to make parks and maybe working with Mike. It is water, it is his area. It's in our physical CBD, but this is not a project that we have funded or is in our project list. And since we're already at 9:40, I would suggest that most of us have informally said that we don't like the idea of the cheap sales. Let's just pass that on to Denny and let him run with it. Okay?
I would, in my opinion too, would be add the tables, don't spend money on anything else, and go and do that. because
I agree with that, but that's not our decision
It's not our
to make.
decision, I agree with you. I'm
Okay.
just saying that's my personal opinion, that we're adding a bunch of tables. I don't know if we need
It's still not back
to
on.
do this or not, but.
It's on.
Kind of was hoping
Just to
somebody would
refresh.
bring that up at the council meeting.
Yeah,
Well, we can make that happen.
That was a good opportunity to bring it up. I mean, that was,
Yeah.
my plan B was the umbrellas.
Because it is hot. I mean, it gets hot down there without any shade.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, can we move
yeah,
on?
let's-
Thank you, Denny.
Sure.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Okay, so we're pretty much do that. On to the promotions. Only a couple things, and that is, since I started the Instagram, I know we had to restart an Instagram when I came on. That was, for whatever reasons, I couldn't get access to the one. So we are now up to over 600 followers on Instagram, on the downtown Instagram. So that's a great. I know we talked in the downtown enhancement committee about having more people have admin to the Facebook page to put up posts. So I would like to know who would like to be able to offer. I know Nikki, right now, I think it's just Nikki and I that have access to putting up posts, but anybody else that would probably like to?
I would do it.
Okay.
I could post my big fish from last night.
Nope.
Get it at Tascasina.
Sushi?
I got-
Anyone else interested on the phone?
That gives us plenty to start. Let's see how that works.
All right, and then just that we're gonna meet with the promotions committee and now the downtown enhancement. I'm gonna unless you have questions on the surveys, I think we've kind of
We have,
exhausted that.
okay?
Okay. Wayfinding update, we have, the sign has been moved from over to the Gurney's parking lot as the two-way sign.
Yay.
Yes.
And then,
Is Simplicity back at work yet?
you know what, I don't know.
Because the chamber needs to pull their kiosk at the State and Main, like, next week.
Have they started that?
I don't know.
Lucas pulling out the sign. I don't know if they've done that yet. No.
I will call this week. They should be back and moving now.
Okay?
And then the website update had been there, but that was before we knew we were this far along. So any other?
Okay, we're at other business. Does anyone have anything? This is a long meeting, but we had a lot to deal with. This is unusual times for us. And we've got more projects ahead of us. We've got a couple of committee meetings coming up next week. Anything else anyone has before we move to public comment? Okay, public comment. Anyone have anything? Public? We're all largely us.
You're gonna check on the farmer's market in the 4th of July?
We will.
All right.
Great, and we'll let you know. Good idea. We need to get that promoted if we're gonna do that. Okay?
And if need be, I can expand that area.
Okay. All right. I believe that's it. We are done for the month of June. We will get back together in committees next week, and we will see you, hopefully all back of us here in July. Oh, wait, that's July 2nd, right? Gonna be a big day in Harbor Springs. DDA meeting, street music, blessing of the fleet. Great. Thank you all. Thanks for you on the phone and you too.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Not yet.
Sorry, didn't mean to call you.
Yeah, I might be
Only you.
interested in some of your
You're allowed.
pictures.